Hey guys, Makeup and Mary here with the lovely, beautiful, iconic
Mrs. West.
Mrs. West. Here comes the bride. And this collection is basically inspired by the makeup look that I created on her wedding day. And this is the look right here, and we're actually going to show you guys a simple, step-by-step on how to achieve this.
I love the packaging, you guys. It's all frosted and cream and so dreamy, and I love all of the colors. We really did focus on this exact wedding look. I really, it's your most special day, so I want you guys, you can obviously wear it any day, but it's exactly what we wore on my wedding day. So I hope you guys like the tutorial. I always learn something when I watch Mario do my makeup, so enjoy.
Alright guys, so I'm going to start doing Kim's eyes, recreating her wedding look using the new bridal palette. And I'm going to take the shade May 24th, which is the shade right here. And this is very similar to the shade we actually used on her wedding day. And I'm going to take this and apply it just right into the crease with this sort of detail brush. And I'll blend it a little bit later. Super important for wedding makeup especially, that the look is not really trendy. You want a look that's just super classic, that'll look great for years to come, and just enhance your own personal features and make yourself look, the most beautiful version of yourself.
And today's probably a little different than our regular tutorials because, you should have seen earlier, we had breakfast going on while starting glam and all my kids running in. And that's just the reality. Obviously you want to try to avoid as much of that as possible on a wedding day, but it's just, I remember we flew in from Paris to Florence, had to get ready. Lighting, for every makeup artist, if I could give you one tip, it is to carry your own lighting with you, because you never know what the lighting situation will be. And we were in this hotel. We
changed locations twice. Midway through the makeup, we went to another entirely different location to finish the makeup and hair.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
We went to the castle and there was no lighting. It was only outside.
But it turned out really nicely. Her makeup came out beautiful. See, so this is just going to define the crease nicely. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's like a midway, neutral brown. So it's going to go with everyone. And then I'm going to just take a clean side of the brush and just sort of blend that in a little bit, so there's no harsh lines. Alright guys, so I'm going to take the shade Please Marry Me now, which is this first one here.
But it's not just Please Marry Me, it's Please Marry Me, because it's how Kanye wrote it on the Jumbotron.
Okay, I'm going to take the shade Please Marry Me, and I'm going to apply that under her brow bone. That's how she said it.
That's how I envisioned it in my, even though it would have been Kanye's voice.
Alright, so I'm taking a little bit of this shade now. You can see it's super pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it. And I'm going to just apply it on the highest point of the brow bone here, under the brow. And then I will take a little brush and just kind of blend the edges out. You don't want to go too low with anything frosty here. You want to keep it sort of chic and modern and tasteful. I'm just going to take a brush now and blend that in here. Alright, so now for the eyelid shade, I'm going to take the shade Mrs. West, and I'm going to apply it again a little bit on my brush. So Mrs. West is, it's deeper than the shade Please Marry Me. It's sort of like a beautiful rose gold shade, a little bit of champagne vibe. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to just sort of press it onto the eyelid here. And this looks beautiful on a wedding day, especially because it sort of really opens up the eyes. It's a neutral shade that goes well with everything. It gives a sort of ethereal look, especially in photos. And then I'm going to take a little bit of, again, the Please Marry Me shade. I'm going to go right in the inner corner here. Again, to open, separate. I'm going to take this pretty rosy shade. It's matte. It's called Field of Dreams. I'm going to take just a little bit.
Do you know why I called it Field of Dreams?
I was wondering why.
The field, the baseball field where I got engaged at. That's my Field of Dreams.
That's cute. So we're going to take Field of Dreams and just very lightly kind of go right over the center area, like right over the crease. I'm just going to add a little rosy tint to it.
Don't do better makeup now than you did on my wedding day, because then I'd be pissed.
Well, it wouldn't be possible. I worked so hard on that day. When I did her wedding, guys, I really I remember even praying beforehand that to make it my best work ever.
Thank you. Can you imagine?
So the palette also has deeper shades in it as well, the deeper brown here, which you can use as a liner, or you could use sort of over your liner, or if you want to really deepen the crease, which I might do later because I always like to kind of go back and deepen the crease later, you can use one of those deeper shades. But I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to give her a nice line using a black pencil. I'm going to make the line a little bit thicker on the outer ends and very thin towards the inner corner. And what that's going to do is really lift up her eyes. And the reason why I'm keeping it thin towards the inner corners is because I don't want to cover any of her lid space. So the more lid space that she has, the sort of more open and ethereal her eyes will look. So I'm just applying the liner, really touching her lashes super, super close to the lash line. And then as I come out here on the outer corners, I'm just like raising it a bit, thickening it a bit, and extending it past her lash line. Alright, so I'm going to just take a clean little brush now, and I'm going to very gently just blend the outer corner of this line to give it a little bit of a smoky feel in the outer corners, and at the same time sort of extending the line too with the brush. I'm not going to go too harsh with the line or too long or too thick or too big because I don't want the makeup, especially when I'm doing a wedding makeup, I don't want the makeup to overpower the bride. I want the bride to look absolutely stunning, but I don't want someone to say, oh wow, her makeup is stunning. I want them to say, oh wow, the bride is stunning. Alright, so I'm taking the shade now May 24th, which is the same one that I used in the crease, and with a small little detail brush, look up please, I'm going to sort of sweep this along the lower lash line just to create a soft smoky effect. And again, this is something that you could start out for the earlier part of the wedding in the daytime. You could keep this softer, and then you can always pump it up and add more when it gets dark out and when you're indoors with the evening lighting. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned, but we're obviously going to sweep away this powder once we are done with the look. I'm going to take the shade Please Marry Me now, again, on a very small brush, and I'm going to put that right here in the inner corners on the bottom, sort of on the tear duct, along the tear duct here, and just blend it into the deeper shade. So I'm going to go ahead now and use the blush. It's named Flower Wall. This is part of the bridal collection, and this is like it's a matte pinky peach. So I'm going to apply it right along the apples of the cheeks here. Don't put too much. You can always go back and add more. So you don't want to start out with putting too much. But we do love blushing bride. So I'm going to go ahead and use this beautiful highlight now, and this is sort of I would say like it's a champagne, more golden undertone, and this is called Forever. I'm going to take a little brush and smile. And apply this right to the very tops of the cheekbones. I'm going to take sort of the leftovers on the brush and just very lightly sweep it on her nose, along the bridge of the nose, and then a tiny bit on the cupid's bow, and a little on the collarbones. Of course, you can just slather in all parts of the body, but after the bride is dressed, because you don't want to dirty her dress. Alright, so I've just applied lashes on her. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to apply the lip pencil from the bridal collection in the shade Love, and this is a peachy color. Kim and I would use peach lip colors for years. I'm using Kim's KKW Beauty Nude 1 liner, lip liner, and I'm going to use some of the bridal collection liner as well over that in the center. I'm going to take now the lip color in the shade Love as well, beautiful, true peachy sheer lip color. I'm going to apply that to the lips. So depending on how deep you are, or your personal preference of how you like the lips, Kim right now is super, super tan. So I'm going on with her nude lip liner in number 2, nude 2, and this is going to sort of deepen the line of the lips, and I'm going to blend it into the Love lipstick. I'm going to finish it off with the Soulmate lip gloss from the Love collection. I'm going to put a tiny bit in the center here.